Firdaus dari Esrawani.
Firdaus dari Esrawani.
Banyak kerusi seperti sedia petani, seperti nimbun terbatu. Kenapa Port Dickson? Adakah kerana komposisi pengundinya atau bagaimana?
Macam saya sebut tadi, bila Datuk Seri Anwar mula-mula menyatakan hasrat dia, sejumlah ahli parlimen dari Parti Keadilan membuat tawaran, okay. Dan dalam membuat keputusan, parti dan Datuk Seri Anwar telah mengambil semua pertimbangan. Memadai saya sebut bahawa bila dia memilih Port Dickson, kita percaya pilihan itu dibuat di atas satu wisdom, ya, yang boleh menjayakan rancangan yang telah kita susun. Terima kasih.
Zikri.
Adakah keputusan untuk bertanding di Port Dickson ada kaitan dengan low voter turnout di Selangor untuk 3 by-election yang sebelum ni?
Setiap kali Parti Keadilan memasuki pilihan raya, kita ingat 20 tahun dah usia Parti Keadilan. By-election yang akan datang ni bukan yang pertama akan pernah lalui, ya. Jadi dalam membuat keputusan, sudah tentu kami mengambil kira semua perkara, ya. Dan apabila keputusan itu dicapai, kami percaya fokus kami adalah untuk turun, membantu dan memenangkan beliau. Itu pertimbangan utama kami. Terima kasih.
Yeah, Michelle from Sinchu. May I know, was the admin's camp purposely left out in making this discussion, making this decision and also related discussions?
Again, sorry.
Was admin's camp purposely left out in making this decision and also related discussions?
Datuk Seri Anwar sebut bahawa sekarang semuanya adalah camp Datuk Seri Anwar. Okay. So saya nak sebut bahawa apabila sejumlah nama ahli-ahli parlimen yang menawarkan diri, kita tak tanya dari camp mana. Okay. Jadi akhirnya proses negotiation itu bermula dan semalam kita bentangkan kepada Biro Politik Parti semalam. Ya. Jadi semua anggota berpeluang untuk menyampaikan pandangan dan keputusan telah dibuat.
Datuk Datuk Saifuddin, Patrick Lee from AFP. Tun Mahathir said that he's going to relinquish his position within the next at least maybe 2 years from now. So why is the party making decision now?
Dalam membuat keputusan ini, kami tidak pernah mengikat parti dengan tempoh masa Tun Dr. Mahathir menjalankan tugas sebagai Perdana Menteri. Kami tidak pernah mengikat keputusan ini dengan tempoh masa Tun Dr. Mahathir. Datuk Seri Anwar selalu pesan kepada pimpinan keadilan, sekarang adalah masa untuk memberi dokongan dan sokongan penuh kepada kepimpinan Tun Dr. Mahathir sebagai Perdana Menteri. Dan kita harus bekerja menterjemahkan agenda reform pada kedudukan di mana kita berada sekarang. Jadi saya nak sebut bahawa bila kita membuat keputusan, kita tidak pernah mengikat tempoh Dr. Mahathir terus sebagai Perdana Menteri. Dan macam saya sebut tadi, ketika konsensus Pakatan Harapan dibuat, ianya tidak mengikat tempoh itu. Dan Datuk Seri Anwar pun memberi kenyataan berulang kali secara terbuka bahawa Tun Dr. Mahathir akan terus mendapat sokongan kami untuk beliau terus menerajui negara sebagai Perdana Menteri.
The ratio of the borders in the province, actually Malay is around 43%, and Chinese around 33%, and Muslim is around 22%. Oh, actually non-Malay is 55% of the borders. That means that the Malays is not the majority. But regarding the filling of the borders of the Malaysian, non-Malay voters actually are skeptical about the leadership of the Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim because his past experience, founders of the ABIM, all these years. So how you say that? How really you are confident that Datuk Seri is going to win in this constituency? Could you tell me specifically why you are confident on this issue?
Usually when it comes to breakdown of support and everything will be passed to me. You are right that the breakdown is very much representative of Malaysia. 43% Malays, 33% Chinese, and about 22%.
That is our niche.
In there. in the case of PKR, it's not that far off from the profile of our membership, which is 50% Malays and 50% non-Malays. Your hypothesis just now that Anwar Ibrahim is not popular with non-Malays and did not get the support of non-Malays actually was proven wrong in all the previous general elections, because Anwar Ibrahim in 2008 was the first opposition leader to garner the highest majority support from the non-Malays. And under his leadership, since 2008, the opposition coalition then, Pakatan Rakyat and then Pakatan Harapan, continued to get overwhelming support from the non-Malays. I fail to see any data or any proof that points to a so-called non-confidence from non-Malays for Pakatan or Datuk Seri Anwar. The real issue, I think, will be very much whether or not we will have the kind of voters turnout that we want. Based on all data, all tracking that we do continuously since the general election and until today, there is no indication that the voting pattern from the last general election is going to be reversed. So on that basis, I think it is a seat that is workable, and it has the best potential, and I'm sure Anwar Ibrahim as the oncoming Prime Minister would inject more excitement on the ground, and hopefully we would be able to garner enough interest to achieve the voters turnout that we want.
But at that time he was politically is opposition leader. That is the different position now. You were the ruling the government now.
In fact, I think voters have in Malaysia have very long memory and have always decided based on track record. The support for Pakatan Rakyat and then Pakatan Harapan from the non-Malays, whether or not he was a government or opposition leader, I think is not so much, and data has proven, is pretty much because of his strong position on a sense of justice and for everyone. He was the first Malay leaders in this country who have continuously advocated for assistance to everyone based on needs. And I think that the non-Malays, the Malays decide on who to vote, not so much from some hypothesis like that, but based from a very strong track record that Anwar Ibrahim and Pakatan has had over the last 20 years.
Okay, next question.
Anwar daripada tulisan online. Langkah ini mengosongkan kursi untuk Datuk Seri Anwar, tidakkah ianya satu pengkhianatan pada pengundi dipilih, sedangkan pengundi dipilih pengundi Datuk, dan sekarang Datuk dengan rela dia menukarkan mengosongkan kursi ini untuk Anwar.
Khianat ni adalah kalau kita curi duit rakyat. Kalau kita ada position, kita kayakan diri. Okay. Kalau kita ada kuasa, kita tekan rakyat. Okay. Tapi dalam satu sistem demokrasi di mana jalan untuk kita mewakili rakyat dalam parlimen adalah melalui proses pilihan raya, dan dalam kedudukan ini ianya dibuat dengan maksud yang khusus bagi melaksanakan satu ketetapan konsensus. Dan kena ingat, sebelum ini 5 tahun lepas, Datuk Seri Anwar tu dia adalah ahli parlimen. Kemudian dia direntak dan seret ke penjara. Jadi peluang dia untuk berkhidmat kepada rakyat dinafikan selama dia dalam penjara. Dan sekarang dia bebas untuk mengambil bahagian. Di sana ada di kalangan ahli-ahli parlimen keadilan yang berpendapat bahawa kiranya diberi laluan kepada Datuk Seri Anwar, dia akan dapat menjayakan sebahagian daripada misi besar, iaitu konsensus Pakatan Harapan. Jadi niat murni itu saya tidak anggap sebagai ianya satu pengkhianatan, kerana ianya satu proses yang legitimate untuk Datuk Seri Anwar jika menang mewakili kawasan itu dan akan terus memberi khidmat seperti mana Datuk Daniel memberi khidmat selama ini.
Okay, soalan seterusnya.
It's all right. I think we'll answer.
I think I should also explain, because I'm the one vacating the seat. The word pengkhianat, I think, is a bit too strong. I have campaigned on the ground for the last 1.5 years, and having, as I told you in my press statement, I come from a rural area. I have seen poverty. 60 years of independence, I couldn't believe myself that our rural folks are still living in such poverty. Today, when I want to vacate this place, it's not vacating out of enjoyment. It is purely because I think my own strategy, nothing to do with Pakatan Harapan, Pakatan Keadilan or Pakatan Harapan. My own view is, as has been agreed upon by Datuk Seri Anwar, I will continue to serve. He was a bit reluctant initially because I'm an admiral and all that. I said, no, I came to Port Dickson to serve the people, and I will continue serving. What I need from you is your backing. As the Prime Minister in waiting, it will only help me to serve the people better. So I'm not quitting my people. I'm staying on in Port Dickson, and I will be Datuk Seri Anwar's eyes and ears on the ground for him. And I will continue serving the Port Dickson people. I'm not quitting them. Okay, that message is very clear to my people in Port Dickson. I've done it over and over. I've told them, I've already cautioned them, and they're all very happy. In fact, they are very elated that the Prime Minister in waiting is going to come to their area. That is the issue. And I feel very happy now that with him backing me, I can do a lot more things for the poor people in Port Dickson than ever in the history of the country. Thank you.
I'll add a bit more on that. Ini akan jadi isu yang mungkin diulang beberapa kali lah, yang bahawa mengusungkan kerusi itu adalah satu pengkhianatan. Kita kena tengok mandat. Berkhianat selalunya dikaitkan dengan mandat rakyat. Kita kena tengok kepada mandat rakyat. Apa mandat yang diberikan kepada ahli parlimen dan parti-parti yang menang di peringkat kawasan untuk menjaga kebajikan dan kesejahteraan penduduk dan pengundi di situ, di peringkat parti dan di peringkat nasional untuk memastikan kerajaan sekarang iaitu Pakatan Harapan mengotorkan janji-janji yang telah pun kita tawarkan kepada rakyat dalam pilihan raya. Apabila Datuk Daniel membuat keputusan untuk memberi laluan kepada Datuk Seri Anwar, keputusan itu datang dengan kerelaan beliau untuk terus berkhidmat di bawah walaupun beliau bukan ahli parlimen lagi. Kita juga ada sahabat-sahabat daripada pusat khidmat beliau. Kita ada saudara Umar dan bekas tentera, kita ada Komander Puah yang telah menyatakan kesediaan bahawa mereka akan terus berkhidmat dengan rakyat. Bukan soal kalau jadi ahli parlimen baru nak berkhidmat atau tidak. On that basis, I think, ask ourselves, if you are an MP, would you be willing to continue to serve your constituency when you are no longer an MP? Banyak ahli parlimen daripada semua yang jadi ahli parlimen pun kadang-kadang tidak berkhidmat dengan baik. So on that basis, I think we have a rare person among us. After his retirement, he only wants to serve. He comes back out of retirement to serve, and he's willingly making way for Datuk Seri, so that Datuk Seri can strengthen Pakatan's government through parliamentary reform. And in that sense, bila kita meneruskan khidmat di bawah dengan rakyat, pada masa yang sama dengan penyertaan Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, kita mengukuhkan reformasi di parlimen dan mengukuhkan kerajaan. Sebenarnya itulah mandat yang diberi oleh rakyat. Proses ini membenarkan Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim bertanding, sebenarnya mengukuhkan lagi mandat kita dan mengangkat mandat yang diberikan oleh rakyat. Sebab itu saya ingat soal khianat atau tidak ini tidak timbul, dan dalam 2-3 bulan akan datang, saya ingat pengundi-pengundi di Port Dickson akan berterima kasih dan memahami bahawa yang dibuat oleh Datuk Daniel adalah satu pengorbanan besar yang berjiwa besar, because he will be there on the ground. And now on top of that, with the full backing of the Prime Minister in waiting, I think the people of Port Dickson is among the luckiest dari segi service, because you get a Prime Minister in waiting, and at the same time you have the best team to service them on the ground. And I have to point out as well, they are all from ex-servicemen. Kita ada Rear Admiral, kita ada Commander, dan Port Dickson kita ada Major, dan Port Dickson adalah bandar tentera darat. So it's all being planned and it's all being put in place so that we will have the best of teams serving the people, and time will tell, insyaAllah, that the issue of mengkhianati dan sebagainya itu tidak berbangkit.
Two questions. One question is, in Port Dickson, in last general election, you only got 59% of the popular vote. It's not considered as a safe seat. And with the PAS and UMNO working together, and we have seen that from Seri Setia, the Malay support is going down. So why choose this quite unsafe seat? The second question is whether PKR has offered any compensation to offer to Daniel, YB Daniel. Yeah. So any offer?
For the record, Teluk Kemang or Port Dickson, the new name, has been constituency that has been represented by Parti Keadilan for the last 3 terms. Okay, 2008, 2013, and the last election. Okay, for that, we consider that Teluk Kemang or Port Dickson is one of the safer seats. Okay. Next is to assemble the best brain among Parti Keadilan with the cooperation from our coalition partners, DAP, Amanah, and Bersatu, to form a formidable election machinery, and then ready to move on. Okay, and the election machinery will be headed by Nurul Izzah as the pengarah JPRP for party. All right. For the second question, whether or not any compensation been offered by Datuk Si Anwar or party to Datuk Daniel, there is none. You know. That's the beauty of being a party member in Keadilan. So we don't have to worry about that. Like Rafizi, for example, bila dia giveaway, dia kena penjara, tak dapat ambil bahagian. You know, then Presiden parti masuk bertanding di Pandan. There is no compensation. He's a poor man now. You know, so that's to answer your question. All right.
Just wondering, window from FMT. Some people are saying that it could be like a family affair, that the father, mother, and the daughter in politics in the same party. Can you comment on that?
Baik Dr. Azizah ataupun Nurul Izzah, kedua-duanya telah teruji. Yang penting adalah mereka dipilih melalui proses demokrasi dan mereka dipilih oleh pengundi-pengundi di kawasan yang mereka wakili. Ya, ianya bukan keadaan Anwar Ibrahim kemudian ada kuasa, okey Dr. Azizah, you jadi ahli parlimen, Nurul Izzah, you jadi ahli parlimen. No, bukan Anwar yang pilih. Okey, yang memilih adalah pengundi di Pandan yang memberi kemenangan Dr. Azizah 51,000 majoriti. Dan yang memberi kemenangan pada Nurul Izzah baik di Lembah Pantai, Dua Penggal maupun di Permatang Pau. Siapa yang mengangkat kedua-dua ini di parlimen? Undi rakyat melalui proses demokrasi. Okey.
Datuk saya nak tanya sebabkan Dewan Rakyat akan bersidang tak lama lagi dan dengan mungkin Datuk Seri Anwar mungkin akan kembali sebelum 15 hari bulan. Adakah teka-teki bahawa PRP akan berlangsung sebelum itu?
Urusan yang sedang berlaku sekarang adalah Dr. Daniel mengumumkan mengosongkan kerusi. Surat telah dihantar kepada Speaker Dewan. kalau ikut prosesnya Speaker Dewan akan memaklumkan kekosongan itu kepada isi SPR. Kemudian bola di gelanggang SPR lah. Mengikut undang-undang, SPR ada 60 hari untuk menjalankan pilihan raya mulai tarikh di mana SPR dimaklumkan oleh kekosongan oleh Speaker. Jadi apapun tarikh yang ditetapkan oleh SPR, parti akan akur dan akan membuat persiapan accordingly. Ya, sebab parti tidak boleh menentukan bilakah tarikh pilihan raya, tetapi Constitution menyebut SPR mesti mengendalikannya dalam masa 60 hari.
No.
Dickson from DFM. Just like to bring it back to the timing issue. Now that you've had 3 by-elections with low voter turnout, is there any concern of voter fatigue and things like this, for example, in terms of perception? That's from party perspective. And for Dato' Daniel, I'd like to ask, since the military has plays a big role in your constituency, what specifically feedback are you getting that you want, now that you have been posted by Dato' Sri Anwar, what exactly more do you want from that constituency?
Let me answer about the voters fatigue. I don't know whether how many of you have been around in all the press conference for the last 4 years. Before GE14, repeatedly the public, the middle class and reporters like you have been asking us, voters disillusionment, voters turnout, voters this and voters that, and fair enough. And I have repeatedly said there was no indication that there would be a significant drop in voters turnout for G14. What we have is this. We have concerns, you have issues for every election that you have to manage. Obviously, the low voters turnout for the last 3 by-election is something that we have to take on board. When you go into a campaign, when you have to manage different issues, there are different ways to ensure that if you target a certain voters turnout, we have to work towards a certain voters turnout. But that should not decide whether or not you proceed with what ultimately is the right decision. So, to your question, is there a concern? I think everyone would understand that at this early stage after the last general election, it is understandable if we have a problem with voters turnout. Therefore, YB Nurul Izzah, who will be leading the general election, the by-election, obviously would have to pay more attention to focus on mobilization and GOTV to make sure that we get more people to come out. So it's a challenge for us, but we have proven from the last general election, even in the most challenging environment, when all odds were stacked against us, when we had to do what we think is right, we went ahead and Alhamdulillah, the result was good. We have remained like that in our strategy, and hopefully we have enough time and we put in place the right campaign narratives to get as many people to turn out. And I think Datuk Sri Anwar and Datuk Daniel have a lot of things up their sleeves that can actually help us getting more people to come out to vote.
If I maybe just reconfirm your question, what do I expect from, or what do the ATM personnel in PD look at?
Specific cohort if there is.
What is that they look forward to, or what is there I have for them?
Now that you passed the baton on to Dato' Sri Anwar, and you say that there will be more resources, more highlights. So, what can you elaborate just a bit on that, really?
Well, it is not just the ATM alone. They're just one aspect of the element of the population there. My assertion earlier was that with Dato' Sri Anwar's presence as a Prime Minister in waiting and a Member of Parliament, it will only help to augment my desire to do things on the ground. For the poor, especially for the poor, and the development of Port Dickson as what I campaign, saying that I want to see Port Dickson as a center of excellence for tourism. That was my campaign war cry. And with the presence of Dato Sri, will certainly help me. So, what can I do for the ATM? Port Dickson has been declared as Bandar Tentera Darat. And it has been just a word of mouth, and nothing has happened. It has been Bandar Tentera Darat, and that's it. I have spoken to the Chief of Army and the Chief of Defence Force. They feel that with my presence now, I can do a lot more to promote that theme, or the desire of the Malaysian Army to make Port Dickson Bandar Tentera Darat. So certainly that will augment. And with the Sri there, I can do a lot more to promote that concept.
Okay, thank you. I think that concludes the